Hello everyone, this is Kelly Wickham, and I am coming in to talk to you about my new CD that I've just finished. It is entitled Greatest Story. And the song, of course the title song is called Greatest Story, and it's pretty amazing how it all happened. I definitely was not intending to make a CD. God has given me even more songs than this recently, and sometimes I keep thinking, man, I want to put these on a CD, but it just, it wasn't time yet. It wasn't right. It wasn't where I felt God was leading me until the second day of January of 2018. This is actually January 24th when I finished the CD. But that day, I had been having a conversation with someone, and she told me that she prefers the Old Testament because she likes the stories. Well, man, that just kind of messed me up because, I'm not knocking the Old Testament. The Old Testament is very important and very needed for anyone to really, truly understand God's Word. But the one that the Old Testament points to, the one that is directly talked about in the New Testament is Jesus. The story of Jesus is the greatest story ever told. And I just wanted this person to know that. But I won't go into the miracle of what happened when I showed this person the song, and I won't go into all that, but I'm just pretty excited about what God has done. But ever since God gave me this song, I felt such an urgency to make a CD. And you know what? God is in control of all of my CDs, and He's the one that helps to make everything possible. But this one, at least the other ones, I had a better idea at first what was going to be on the CDs. But this one, there were a couple songs that He kind of threw at me from out of nowhere. And I'm like, really? And I hope you like them. I hope they're a blessing. We're going to go and kind of tell you about the songs. I will warn you, this is going to be a long recording, so y'all just bear with me. But as I told you the story of the greatest story, so you know about that. And the second song is called It's Not Too Late. I volunteer for hospice. It's what I love to do more than anything else except for spending time with Jeff and my family and talking to Jesus. But I love singing for hospice because you know what? If they're going to go home to be with the Lord, you can just give them a peaceful transition. And I love that. I won't go into why it all started and everything and how I used to tell Mom that I should just be called the death angel because everybody I sang to died. And every time I walk out the door, Jeff's like, don't hurt anybody, don't kill anybody. And no, it's not. It's not something to laugh at, I know, but I had to kind of find humor in it because at first it was kind of morbid to me, but it's what I love to do now. It's like knowing that I'm helping their transition is just such a blessing to me. Anyway, all that to say that a lot of my songs lately have been inspired by hospice patients or their family members and stuff. So anyway, the second song in the CD is called It's Not Too Late. And this lady, I only saw her once, and she went home. And I do believe she went home to be with Jesus. But she said to me, she's like, I want to be born again, but it's too late. I said, it's not too late. And she said that, so much that she's done and so much time has gone by and this and that. But I said, it's not too late. And I walk in this woman's house and she's playing a preacher, on the TV or the radio or whatever. So it's like, I don't know, the woman's heart is in the right. It's not too late. You can cry out to Jesus and accept Him, even if you're laying in your bed, because you can still be a blessing and you can still be used for His glory even there. So I prayed so hard for her, and I believe I'm going to see her in heaven one day. I really do. So that song is, you'll realize that a lot of these songs are, how am I going to word it when I write the insert? Something like, to the acknowledgements are going to be to all the people who inspired these songs, because God either used you to impact my life, or you said something that I just had to respond to, or something like that. There's so many different people that have impacted me, and there's just, this is my heart. This CD is my heart to other people. It really is, because so many, I don't know, so many misconceptions we have, and I just, my whole goal in life is to sing about the love of Jesus. I'm still learning about the fullness of his love for me. I still really don't even have a clue, but I'm learning. So that was number 2. And speaking of hospice patients, I had 2 dear friends that died recently, last month actually. One was a member of our praise team at church, and before that, she and I were involved in the truck stop ministry. And boy, she can play the guitar like nobody's business. She was really awesome. And so at the same time, within the same couple days, this lady and one of my favorite hospice patients died. And it bummed me out. And I'm trying to remember, because I think the same day I found out about both of them. I think that's how it went, because when I found out about the guitar player at my worship team, I immediately started getting words to this song. And then immediately I started hearing the second verse, which was going to be about my hospice patient that also went to be with the Lord. And this lady was hilarious. I mean, toward the end, she was starting to she always knew who I was and everything, but she was starting to get kind of like off track. And if she started to say something, it went on and on and on, but it wasn't even about the same thing, because she would forget what she was saying, and she would say all this different stuff, and she would make this noise, and she was so funny. And then the lady that was at my worship team, it's even now to this day, I hear, us do songs, that she would add these cool little guitar things to, and I think, man, there's a big hole right here. But there's not a big hole up in heaven. There's not a big hole with Jesus. The one doesn't have cancer anymore. I mean, she just died all of a sudden, the first one. The second one, the hospice patient, I don't know what her cause of death was, but we kind of knew, because she was on hospice, of course, that, she wasn't going to last long. But the first one, it just happened all of a sudden. So this is a song of celebration, even though it really kind of hurt me. It was like, wow, I'm going to miss these 2, but I want to clarify something. When a person dies and goes to be with Jesus, they are much better off than they ever were before. However, it is us down here who miss them. That's all it is. And, over time, we learn, over time, I pray that God, heals us and everything. But yeah, so I'm kind of saying too much, and I'm not really explaining myself, but I hope it made sense. Okay, so that's the third song, called Finally Home. And it's about those 2 people that died. The first verse is about the lady on my worship team, and the second verse was about my hospice patient. Okay, moving along. Oh boy, this is a touchy subject. Hi Rhonda, if you're listening to this, because this song is about you. My sister wrote this poem for my dad's 71st birthday, and usually when one of us writes a poem or a song or whatever for dad or mom or whatever, it's this nice, beautiful pretty little thing and happy and all this stuff. Well, this poem that Rhonda wrote broke my heart, and she couldn't even read through it without bawling, because she said that she couldn't, that she never called, the reason that she never called Dad was because there were so many things going on in her life that maybe he wouldn't understand. I don't remember the exact words, but my goodness, it was sad. So the first verse is about her. Actually, the song itself was inspired by a book, and I recommend this book to everybody. It's on Kindle, and it's free. It's called Pieces on Earth by Kathy Bryant. Pieces, P-I-E-C-E-S, on Earth by Kathy, C-A-T-H-Y, Bryant, B-R-Y-A-N-T. Oh my goodness, this book is probably one of my very favorite books of all because, oh wow. You really just have to read it, but that's where the idea for the fixer came from, that he's the fixer of the broken pieces. And I just pray that the song is a blessing to everyone. Song number 5 is called Only God, and different ones know who this is about, but the person's going to remain nameless on here. How do I even talk about this? Let's just say that on Valentine's Day last year, I saw this person posted on Twitter that, he was looking at his Facebook memories from a year ago that day, and it just really kind of cut him like a knife to see, because, someone that he loved had broken up with him and stuff, and he was just really, really having a bad time with it. Thank God he's doing much better now. And I actually debated putting the song on the CD because I thought, well, I don't want to remind him of, bad memories or bad times or whatever. But then I thought, you know what? He can hear this song, if he even hears it, I don't know. He can hear this song and just look back and say, wow, God's done this and God's done that, and he's helped me through this time. And not only this person, but you know what? All of us face loneliness sometimes if we lose someone that we love, or we even sometimes feel lonely even when we're with the one that we love. I mean, it can happen to anybody, but only God can heal the broken heart. Only God can put back together what's fallen apart. And God can hold us when the hurting just won't stop. Only God. And so this song is for him mainly, but it's for all of us. It really is. Okay, so number 6, we're gonna not take a break from people. This song was not written for a person. It was written one time when Jeff and I were taking a nap, and I had all this stuff on my mind, and I was kind of going crazy, and God just gave me this song, and it was him speaking, and it's called With You, and it's number 6, and just a very peaceful, relaxing song. But I wasn't going to put this one on the CD, but a friend of mine had double bypass, some kind of heart surgery, open heart surgery, maybe that's what it was. And we went to the nursing home where she was to see her. Was it the nursing home or the hospital? It was a nursing home, yeah. And so I sang for her, because I always do. I mean, she has like every one of my songs, period. And I sang this song for her, and Mom's like, wow, that really ministered to her. She's like, that was for her. And I said, well, God told me to do it. And God asked me to put this one on the CD. So there it is. It's called With You. And I hope that it'll be a restful, peaceful song that helps you in your crazy, chaotic life, just like it did me. And number 7, here we go again. Number 7 is called Everywhere I Go. And I got this song several years ago. I was sitting on the swing. Yes, I know, I'm 46 years old, but I haven't grown up yet. I love to sit on the swing and literally at the park and swing. So that's what I was doing, and God gave me this song. And it just amazes me all the time how he never leaves us. He's always with us. It's a very high energy song. I tried to do it, and I was so excited about the song that I went home and immediately went up and did did the music and did the background vocals. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get the actual lead vocal correct. Well, for some reason, I was instructed that I was supposed to put this one on the CD too, and I'm like, well, we'll see, I'm kind of like real skeptical, and I went up and did it, and I was actually happy with it. Now, remember that nothing that I do is perfect, because if I was going to do it perfect, I'd still be working on the first song. So yeah, we're not going to do that. So there are some little yuckies that I hear them and go, ugh. But for the most part, I'm happy with it. I'm happier with it than I ever was. So Everywhere I Go is on there. And the next song, okay, I need to explain this. I know this has been a long one. Just keep holding on with me. This song is called Glorify. I put this on there for a very specific reason and to make a statement. If you've listened to this recording, you may have been able to tell that because I lost 4 teeth recently, I have a minor speech impediment now. I mean, I sound like I got a great big ball in my mouth or something. I don't know. And it only comes up randomly. It doesn't happen all the time, but yeah, I sound like I got a great big ball in my mouth, and I don't like it. God gave me this song several months ago, and those of you on Facebook have probably saw the post, my panicking, like, oh no, my voice is all messed up, please pray. Yeah, I was sitting out on the swing, and it just randomly, my voice just went, and it sounded all scratchy and raspy and yucky. And I'm like, oh my goodness, and I was panicking. And Jeff took me to the ER, and thank the Lord, they said it was just bronchitis, take some Theraflu, it'll be fine, which actually was true. However, I, in my panic mode, was thinking, oh no, what if I can't ever sing again? So God gave me this song, and this is my statement that no matter what happens in my life, I will glorify His name with whatever it is that He calls me to do. Now, when I lost those 4 teeth, well, I sound like this. And it's not good, but I will still glorify God. And if, I hope that it's still okay. You'll hear this on some of the songs, my yucky speech thing. I'm hoping it'll heal because I'm thinking that the last time this happened, it did heal. It's taking more time, though, because there were 4 teeth removed instead of just 1. So I'll probably be okay, but I don't know that. But what I'm saying is that, you know what, if something ever happens that I can't sing, God will show me what He wants me to do, and I will glorify His name still, no matter what. So that is my statement song on here. But, so number 9 is, we're back to people again. And in July of 2013, it was a month after we got married, and Jeff had been outside, watching the fireflies and everything, and he came back and he told me that he wished that I could see him, and he felt like God cheated me because I couldn't see the fireflies, and I couldn't sleep after he came in and told me that, so I started just putting together this poem, and God gave it to me, and the love light that shines through Him shines brighter than any fireflies or any lights, because God put that light in Him. Jesus, the light of the world, put that in Him. God loves me through Him. God has used Him to be a blessing in my life and to show that love. So that's why the song is on there, because the love light that God has put in Him shines through. And Jesus is the light of the world. I hope that makes sense. I'm not really good at explaining things. Okay, number 10 is called Only by the Grace of God. And it was written back in 1998. And, Rhonda kept telling me, when are you going to put that song on a CD? And, well, it's finally on one because of Jesus being the greatest story. We can look at our lives compared to Him and think, boy, I'm a mess. I don't know. But only by the grace of God can I actually come to the Lord. Can I actually be used by Him, be His instrument? Can I be what He makes me to be by the grace of God? So that's kind of where that song came from. And okay, we are on the last song, which is another surprise. I also wasn't really planning on this when I had thought about it. I was going to actually redo it, but then I was listening to the original recording that I did of this just to get it down 4 years ago. And I thought, you know what? It works. It works for the song because I knew, as soon as I was thinking about this song, that I would have to do an indirect recording, which means that I didn't, plug in my cue cord to my studio recorder. It just meant I was sitting there with the digital recorder recording me and my cue cord playing and singing the song. So that is to me what an indirect recording is. But I liked it, and I asked my best friend and her sister what they thought of it, because I trust their opinions and they have really good ears and they actually should be doing this stuff too. But they both said it was perfect and that they liked it. So that's called Nothing Like, I called it. It could be No One Like You, Lord. It could be like Nothing Like You, Lord, or whatever. I just called it Nothing Like. So I hope that's a blessing. It's just really a song of praise to Him. It's just amazing to me, all that He's done for me and all that He is. So it's just really a song of praise. And, to go along with that greatest story, there's nothing like the Lord Jesus, whose story is the greatest story ever told. So they all kind of go together. They're all kind of just songs from my heart to a lot of people's. So I hope this makes sense. Sorry it was long, and may God bless you all.